Hey, Musubi Martial Arts here again. Today we're going to look at some Atemis. Atemis in most cases are just to disorient, to distract, to lead uke or our attacker's mind somewhere else, to loosen up for a technique. Okay. In this scenario, we're going to utilize Atemis to help us in situations where the attacker is either a skilled fighter and he doesn't punch quite like the layman that punches through us, that completely doesn't have his balance in that context, or the individual just freezes up. To give a kind of a brief example here, if we go back to the jiu-jitsu era, like Mr. Nick comes over here, and if we look at Mune Osadore from Hakaru Jiu-Jitsu, right, he's already got a hold of me. So this is from a different perspective than Aikido, okay? And he might be solidified here. But the moment that this happens, I'm stepping in and I'm striking to the face. This is meant to be like a whip, right? I'm just bam, right? Trying to lead his mind away from here in order to come back here and solidify all this so that, or unsolidify all this so that I can, you know, affect my technique or have an effective technique. We got into Aikido, you know, which came from Jiu-Jitsu, like a lot of this stuff. Since they found a different path, in my opinion. So he actually comes in to grab. I'm receiving this as his movement's still coming in, right? But his muscles have not contracted yet. So he didn't get a hold of me. And I don't want him to get a hold of me. Right. Say he comes in and he gets a hold of me. Well, I'm still going to try this, right? Of course, because now I'm back into the Jiu-Jitsu realm. But like most people have found out that there's a lot of people that can take a punch. So that might not work. Okay, so I come in here and this doesn't happen, right, for me, to loosen this up. So what can I do to kind of secure this a little bit more, right? So from my perspective, I've done this. Right here is a radial nerve. I might come down from here, strike that, then come in here to get this motion here. As you know, I have Kempo training as well. The thing I really like in Kempo is the principle of point of origin. I also like the principle that every block is a strike, okay? I'm generally trying to strike several nerves, okay? A lot of the ones that we go with is the radial nerve here, which we talked about in our last newsletter. We have the median nerve, radial nerve, and the ulnar nerve, okay? We also have underneath here, runs through here, another part of the radial nerve and ulnar nerve, so if I need to strike underneath there. When we get into the neck area, there's a whole bunch of nerves that extend even down to here, up through here, behind the ear, underneath the jaw line here, okay, and especially right here, okay? And along that neck, those are going to be some of my Atemi points. To kind of give an example here, he comes in with a strike, I'm striking the radial nerve here, right? And if his motion was still going, and I'm acting fluid with this, right? His motion is coming here, and I might even need to step, but I can go here. There's my Kaitanagi. If he comes in for a Jodansky strike to my face, right? And I'm here, right, striking here, then I can come in for my, you know, Kotegaeshi. I'm striking it off the line, striking there, which automatically starts to come that way. And I take him here. Another aspect, your Aikido practitioner he kind of waits, he has to wait for these things. So he takes up kind of a boxer's guard, right? So I'm here, here's my guard, and I'm kind of waiting for something. But I say I want to neutralize the situation. As I see these nerves here, I kind of come in here and strike through here. I'm looking for all these angles. Primarily strike a lot of that radial nerve stuff here. If he comes in from the inside, all right, so he strikes here, I strike here, maybe I strike here, the nerve's here, right, and throw him there. Back to Uchikomodori, which is very complimentary of Shomenuchi Ikkyo. Uchikomodori is from Hakaru Jiu-Jitsu. He comes in with maybe an overhand strike or something like that, and I'm here, right? And we kind of freeze up here. I'm going to strike those nerves there. Maybe that's my Atemi. Okay? Say he goes for a punch, right? And I'm getting across the line here. I'm going to strike these nerves here, right? Right in here. And I might just use a punch, you know? And I'm borrowing the meridian points here. So these are just things to look at from this perspective. I really like the radial nerve. It provides a lot of benefits, right? So I'm swooping this in here, where he's driving in this way, right? I don't want to stop his motion, so I'm here, right? And then maybe I come here, right? So maybe I'm looking at Kokyunagi, where he punches here, right? Bam, strike, and throw. Maybe I'm doing a lower strike. He comes in here, right? And I'm striking here, then here. Kokyunagi. So these are just some ideas to utilize some Atemis to help your Aikido along the way. I'm not really big on Atemis, primarily because I'm really all about natural movement. So I don't want to stop his movement. If I'm doing an Atemi in a different format, I see some people he comes in for a punch, right, and they're stopping this motion here, and then they're going into whatever they're going to do, right? I don't want to stop that motion. What I mean by natural movement is he goes to punch. If I'm going to strike the Atemi, I'm going to keep following this in, right? I want to keep that going. So anyway, I hope that's helps you guys out a little bit. Just kind of different look at some Atemis, striking some nerves. But just make sure that your Atemis are going the path that your uke or your attacker are striking. Because we never really want to stop the flow of our attacker. I need to borrow everything that he's giving me. So, thank you very much.